Coming up on OU Nightly, Norman voters hit the polls for city council elections. Hear why voting is special to one community member. And new footage is released in the Nancy Guthrie case.
And we hit our high temperature early this morning, but we've been cooling off. How long will those cold temperatures stick around? And more. I've got it all. This is OU Nightly.
It's election day, and polls for the Norman City Council elections close in just 2.5 hours. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Reagan Garvin.
And I'm Leah Smith. 5 of the 8 city council seats are on today's ballot, with 13 candidates running across 5 races. In Wards 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and in Ward 8, Scott Dixon ran unopposed, winning the seat.
OU Nightly reporter Jack Hancock is live at the voting polls at University Lutheran Church.
Jack, what did the voters have to say?
Well, thanks, Reagan and Leah. As you can see from the sign behind me, it's Election Day in Norman. 5 wards have city council candidates on the ballots. That's wards 2 through 6. Voters I spoke to say that the key issues facing Norman include homelessness, housing affordability, and the implementation of tax increment finance districts, the controversial financing option to raise funds for a city. Poll workers inside this location told me this afternoon that around 140 people have gone through so far, which was more than they've seen in recent years, they said. Now, while turnout in local elections is generally lower than that of presidential elections, I caught up with one resident who said that's why his voice matters more.
Local elections are more important because your vote actually can matter. You know, there's a lot of, local elections, only one vote will make a difference.
Polls all across Cleveland County are open until 7 p.m. If you would like to vote, you're going to have to bring your government-issued ID or a voter ID card. You can find election results at oklahoma.gov/elections. But for now, that's all. Jack Hancock, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Jack. Well, yesterday we were able to get a little taste of the spring weather, but it didn't stick around for too long.
No, yesterday was very nice, but OU Nightly meteorologist Parker Schrader has more in studio.
Yeah, guys, we had some high temperatures up into the 80s yesterday, but as you can see, we have dropped at least almost 24 degrees over the last few 24 hours. So it has definitely been cold, and this guy right here, this cold front has been sweeping in and has been a little bit of our cause for those colder temperatures. We've got some gusts up into the 19 miles per hour and up into the upper 20s up there across the northern part of the state. So we had that temperature whiplash today. How long and how cold will we get? And we got some future rain heading into your weekend. So I've got a little bit of those details coming up, but I'll go ahead and send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Parker. Today, the FBI released new surveillance footage in the Nancy Guthrie case. The footage comes from Guthrie's doorbell camera from the morning of her disappearance. In the video, the individual is wearing a mask and is armed and carrying a backpack. It also appears in the video that they have tampered with the cameras. After reviewing the footage today, President Donald Trump is encouraging people across the country that have any knowledge of the suspect to call the FBI and says that they are hoping that Guthrie is found soon and brought back to her family.
And I will reiterate that the prayers of this entire White House are with Savannah and her family at this time, and we hope this person is found soon and that her mother is brought home safely.
Following the release of the surveillance, Savannah Guthrie took to social media saying how the family believes Guthrie is still alive and is urging anyone with information to come forward.
The search for Nancy Guthrie has entered its 10th day after a second purported deadline passed Monday. CNN reporter Ivan Rodriguez reports from Arizona.
Guthrie's possible abductors demanded $6 million by 5 p.m. yesterday, and that note included a threat to Nancy Guthrie's life. According to CNN affiliate KGUN 9, the FBI says it's not aware of any communication between the Guthrie family and any suspected kidnappers. A second purported deadline has passed in the disappearance of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother. According to a purported ransom note sent to a Tucson TV station, Nancy Guthrie's possible abductors demanded $6 million by 5 p.m. Monday. The note included a threat to Guthrie's life if demands weren't met. Just hours before that deadline passed, Savannah Guthrie posted another video to social media. this time addressing the public instead of her mother's alleged kidnappers.
We believe our mom is still out there. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
People seem to have been heeding that call, with the new billboards going up across the country urging anyone with information about the case to call authorities. The FBI releasing a new statement Monday night saying it still has not identified a suspect or person of interest in the case. The agency also appealing to the public, writing in part, quote, "Someone has that one piece of information that can help us bring Nancy home." Harvey Levin of TMZ, which also received the ransom note, reacting to the statement.
Well, I think it aligns with Savannah Guthrie's desperate plea.
The tone of the videos released by the Guthrie family have varied. Last week, it began with the Guthrie siblings explaining who their mother was, saying that she was a very kind, faithful, loyal, and fiercely loving woman with goodness and light. And this latest video, as we heard there from Harvey Levin, really mentions how Savannah Guthrie is asking the entire country to keep an eye out. In Catalina Foothills, Arizona, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
The Oklahoma Free Speech Committee met to discuss the report and recommendations for the University of Oklahoma. This comes after a grading dispute that happened at the university in December. The meeting was held at noon today, where they also discussed possible action on the report and recommendations for the university. OU Nightly reached out to the Oklahoma Free Speech Committee for a statement and has not yet heard back.
News out of the state capitol, Representative Chad Caldwell filing a bill requiring student grades be measured on an academic basis. If passed, the bill stops students' grades from being evaluated based on the opinion, beliefs, or conduct of the student. The state regents will withhold state funding from any college or institution who fails to adopt this policy. This bill comes after an OU student, Samantha Fulnecki, claimed religious discrimination was the reason why she got a 0 on an essay.
An application submitted by the Benton Gamla Jewish Charter School Foundation is being rejected today in a unanimous decision by the Oklahoma Statewide Charter School Board due to binding legal precedents that were established by the Oklahoma Supreme Court in 2024, stating that a religious charter school would be unlawful under the state's constitution. In a press release, Oklahoma State Charter School Board Chairman Brian Schellen says, "I believe the board was placed in a difficult position. While we value innovation, parental choice, and high-quality educational opportunities for families, we are unfortunately bound by the Oklahoma Supreme Court ruling from 2024, even if we disagree with it."
The head of ICE testified to Congress today. OU Nightly reporter Matthew Carson has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
The head of ICE testified to Congress today, saying that, quote, "We're only getting started." Congress called Todd Lyons, the acting head of ICE, to testify after the deaths of 2 protesters in Minnesota. Democrats argued for more transparency throughout the organization. Although Lyons won't make his officers remove their masks, body cameras will be required for all ICE agents as soon as funding is available. And Donald Trump threatens to close a $4 billion bridge connecting the U.S. and Canada over tariffs. The Gordie Howe Bridge is expected to open later this year. A joint construction effort began between the U.S. and Canada in 2012. Trump hopes the increased pressure against Canada pushes them to limit their tariffs against the United States. And talks between the U.S. and Iran this Friday went very well, according to President Trump. This is the first time the U.S. and Iran have negotiated since the U.S.-Israeli attacks against Iran last summer. The U.S. still wants to limit Iran's uranium enrichment programs, but Iran says they have no plans to stop. The U.S. continues to increase military presence in the area. And finally, a new document between Florida police and Donald Trump has been released, confirming a connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Reagan, Leah, back to you.
Thanks, Matthew. Negotiations between United Healthcare and Integris continue.
Coming up, we'll have the details and what this could mean for you.
And 2 social media companies are facing backlash following a lawsuit.
Find out which companies and why when we come back.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
can prevent wildfires.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
No, no, no. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
A major local health system is battling with a major national health insurance company. Bella O'Neill-Dooley has that and more in today's Health Beat.
United Healthcare and Integris Health have still not come to an agreement on a new contract. Negotiations continue, and in the meantime, to lessen patient disruption, Integris has given United Healthcare a 30-day extension to try and compromise on terms. If there's not an agreement by March 9th, Integris will no longer work with United Healthcare. OU Fit and Rec currently offers students free fitness classes ranging from hitting the weight room to using your own body to exercise. These classes are mainly available at Sarkey's Fitness Center here on campus. Fit and Rec is also selling semester passes for their classes, and students can charge the amount to their Bursar account. YouTube and Meta are under fire as they are being sued for purposefully creating addictive platforms and harming mental health. The 20-year-old plaintiff and her attorney accused the two companies of creating a product that's as addictive as a slot machine. YouTube and Meta have both denied these allegations, and Meta's attorney blamed the plaintiff's poor mental health on a bad upbringing rather than social media. There are currently around 1,500 similar lawsuits pending against social media companies, so the outcome of this case would have a major impact. Reagan, Leah, back to you.
Thanks, Bella. 50 years of tradition, community, and cooking is coming back to Norman this Thursday.
We'll have more about this event and how you and your family can get involved after the break.
And it's been colder today, but how long will those cold temperatures last? And hey, we've got some rain on the way. I've got the full forecast coming up after the break.
Water is our most precious resource, and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, if your shower can fill a 1-gallon bucket in less than 20 seconds, replace the shower head with a water-efficient one. They are cheap, easy to install, and can save you up to 750 gallons a month. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It was a little sunny today. It started out a little warm, that's for sure. But as you can kind of see on our campus cam at the National Weather Center, it's looking a little cloudy right now, and those temperatures have dropped. We're sitting around the mid-50s, 56 here in Norman, with a little bit of a north breeze, about 13 miles per hour. So that cold front has been moving in, and it's been dropping the temperatures here across the metro and the state. We got some mid to low 50s here in the metro, and across the state again, just kind of that same picture. But out across the southeast and east, we're seeing some upper 60s and 70s, so they're trying to stick on and hold on to that. So if you want to head to have some warmer temperatures, you might want to head out east to Lake Eufaula. All of the temperatures out there at the lake might be a little too cold to get out on the water and enjoy that. But those wind gusts, like I've been saying, we have that cold fronts moving in, bringing in some gustier winds across the state up into the mid and low 20 mile per hour range. And as we kind of head over the next few days, they're going to kind of linger around. We're going to see some teens, upper teens for those wind gusts, but heading into your Thursday, we're going to switch from the north into the south. As you can see, Guyman has some low 20 mile per hour up from the south over there. And then as we head into your Thursday morning and into your Thursday night, we're going to see some wind gusts up into the mid 20s, so mid 20 mile per hour range. So it's going to be a little gusty as we head across the next few days. So definitely keep that in mind, and that's not going to help allergies as well. So keep that in mind as well. Now tonight we do have very little rain chance. It's not very strong. Most of that rain is kind of sticking around to the south, but we have a very scattered chance around here in Norman, but it's going to move out pretty quickly, and Wednesday is going to be looking pretty clear. So for tonight, not expecting a lot of rain, but over the next 6 to 10 days, I know this cold has been kind of a little bit of a shock to our system after yesterday, but next 6 to 10 days, Climate Prediction Center has us above average for temperatures, and then precip wise, the Climate Prediction Center has us a little bit below average, but that doesn't mean we're not going to see any rain as we head into the next few days. So Thursday, here we kind of go. We're going to show you a little bit. Thursday kind of afternoon or Thursday night, we do have a very little slight chance of rain into your Thursday night, but the main sort of thing that we're kind of watching is Friday night into your Saturday. We're going to see a little bit of a low pressure system that's going to kind of swing in and bring us some better rain chances as we head into your Friday night and into your Saturday. So potentially, as of right now, these totals will definitely change as we head closer to the weekend, but we have some potential up into the 1 inch to 2 inch mark. So temperatures down to the low 30s or upper 30s tonight, but as we head into your 7-day forecast, we're going to have some temperatures kind of swinging around those 50s and 70s with some rain chance heading to your weekend. Valentine's this weekend, so looking a little rainy. So if you have any plans for that, you might want to consider that as you head forward.
Well, Parker, it seems like Valentine's Day just got a little bit more sadder with that news.
Yeah, it's not going to be looking too great, at least temperature and rain-wise, for sure.
It could be good news. You could cuddle up and get chocolate-covered strawberries and have the rain as a little background noise.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll cuddle up with my stuffed animals, Reagan. Thank you.
It'll be pretty vibey.
All right. Well, thank you, Parker.
Of course.
Well, this Thursday, February 12th, will mark the 50th Annual Police and Fire Chili Supper in Norman. The event is set to take place in the Norman High School Commons starting at 5:30 p.m. and ending at 8 p.m. There will be options for dine-in and drive-through. However, the drive-through will be closing at 7 p.m. that night. They're asking for a minimum donation of $8, while children 7 and under can eat for free. The money will go to helping the Christmas store of Cleveland County. Number 10 ranked OU women's basketball traveled to Nashville yesterday to play number 5 ranked Vanderbilt.
And after a harsh result, it seems like history has repeated itself.
Well, history is being written by one OU women's gymnast. Her achievement, as well as the honors both her and her teammate received this week, coming up next in sports.
Winter is upon us, and every Oklahoman knows that means unpredictable freezing temperatures. One of the main concerns with freezing temperatures is the damage they can cause to your home or business should they cause your water pipes to freeze over. Older homes, especially those without proper insulation or that have basements or crawl spaces with exposed pipes, are particularly susceptible to this. Here is Rachel Croft, City of Norman Water Treatment Plant Manager, to show you the proper steps you can take to prevent your pipes from freezing.
The good news is you don't need to run a whole lot of water in order to combat freezing from your pipes. Here's how you do it. Another thing that you can do to help is to open your cabinet doors to make sure that warm air throughout your home is getting to your faucet pipes. But you want to make sure to remove any harmful chemicals that any small children or pets could have the ability to reach.
Following these steps can help save money on your water bill and help to conserve Norman's water supply.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello, I'm Gracie Stubblefield, and it's time for sports. OU women's basketball is currently on a 2-game losing streak against top 5 teams. The Sooners found their second consecutive loss in Nashville yesterday, falling short 102-86. Oklahoma struggled against Vanderbilt in the first half and weren't able to make up the difference later in the game. 2 Sooners logged double-doubles with Reagan Beers' 19 points and 11 rebounds, and Sahara Williams with 17 points and 10 rebounds. OU returns to the court with an at-home advantage on Thursday against Florida, while they will look to make up for those losses. The Oklahoma City Thunder were back on track last night, clinching a win against the Lakers 119-110 in Los Angeles. Former Sooner Austin Reeves recorded 16 points off the bench for Los Angeles, but it wasn't enough to rival the Thunder, as Jalen Williams made his return to the court to score 15 of his 23 points in the second half after a 10-game injury absence. The Thunder is back on the road tomorrow night in Phoenix as they take on the Suns in their 4th meeting this season, where they currently hold a 2-1 record. OU women's gymnast Addison Fada was named Gymnast of the Week, and OU's Mackenzie Eastep earned SEC Freshman of the Week. Eastep became the first freshman in the nation to earn a perfect score, and it's impressed her coach.
What will she do as a freshman when the lights are on and you're on the University of Oklahoma #1 ranked team? What will you do? And what she has shown is that she can handle that pressure. She's really rising up in those moments. We're actually seeing even better performances from her in the meets. So I think we've got a good one there.
Gymnastics stays on top as the men move back to #1 in the Week 5 rankings. 3 Sooners received MPSF honors following their nation's highest score this season, with Fuzzy Benes being named Gymnast of the Week, Colby Aranda being named Freshman of the Week, and Tyler Flores was Specialist of the Week. OU men's golf is currently in Puerto Rico, where they open their spring season on Monday with a new lineup. Senior Jay Summy is currently tied in second and is 10 under in the second round. The Sooners close out the 3-day tournament tomorrow with tee times beginning for round 3 at 5:30 a.m. Central Time. Reagan, Leah.
Thanks, Gracie. The countdown to Valentine's Day has started, and McDonald's is spreading the love on McNuggets.
Find out how they're trying to make their menu a little more romantic and what hot new item they dropped this morning when we come back.
Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm Shayna Moss at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Senate Bill 1633 is set to pass as of today. The bill makes Oklahoma in-state tuition for higher education unavailable for undocumented immigrants. Without specific citizenship documentation or lawful immigration status, students will be unable to apply for financial aid and scholarships. Leah, Reagan, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Shayna. And OU Nightly's meteorologist Parker Schrader has one last look at weather.
Yeah, guys, it was a little chilly today. At least as we gone throughout the day, we had some temperatures up into the mid-60s to start, but we've kind of cooled off down into those mid-50s, and we kind of head into the next few days. We're going to be kind of warming gradually back up into those low 70s and upper 60s as we head into your weekend. But like I mentioned earlier, we do have some chances for rain Thursday and into your Fridays for sure. That's going to be the better day, at least for rain chances, and then Saturday as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a rainy weekend as we kind of head forward, and then into your next week, we got some temperatures up into those low 70s. So it's going to be looking a little bit better, at least temperature-wise, definitely a little bit better than today, but we got some rain on the way. We really need it. We've been really dry. We had some pretty bad fires the other day, so hopefully we need to tamper that drought so we can finish or help that as we head forward in the season.
Thanks, Parker. And Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and many fast food chains are switching it up for the holidays. McDonald's participated in a viral social media trend by releasing their own free caviar kits this morning.
The kits included an ounce of caviar, a $25 McDonald's gift card, a caviar spoon, and creme fraiche. Unfortunately, if you wanted to get your hands on one, they sold out within minutes. Honestly, I've never had caviar, so I don't know if I'm missing out on anything.
I haven't either.
I'm not sure if McDonald's caviar is the one that I would want to try, but
yeah,
I don't know if I would either.
Right.
Thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Leah Smith.
And I'm Reagan Garvin. Be sure to watch OU Nightly weekdays live at 4:30. Good night.